What's up, everybody? My name is Green Christ or Grainy, and today I'm here to talk to you all apparently about the Industrial Revolution and its consequences, because what the fuck do these designer brands have y'all wearing? This is some nasty work for real, bro. Like, I'll open up my IG and see a motherfucker posting a full fit pic caption, all Balenci 10k fit. And then he got less swag than the homeless thing I seen eating a Wendy's 4 for 4 at a dumpster. Cause no cap, how did a real designer conjure up these items of clothing and say, yeah, this shit great, charge 5 bands for this? Like, it's genuinely baffling work to me. I don't even quite understand how I can explain what I'm witnessing someday. So let me just flash some images up on the screen for y'all. Yup. Now, if you look at any of these articles of clothing and say, yeah, these should cost more than $4 and a piece of gum, you are generationally tweaking. Now, you at home might be ready to type with your grubby little fingers, but Greenie, it's about the art. Appreciate the art. Bitch, do I walk around appreciating drawings that look like ass on purpose? No! Hold me back, bro. Hold me back. But anywho, this is a common issue that I see happening where a person will get bullied or clowned on even if their fit looks good just because it doesn't have 50 designer tags on it, and that's actually like so stupid. Like, don't get me wrong, I have no issues with designer clothing if it looks good and works with the rest of your outfit, even if they are very extravagant and experimental pieces. And I think Wisdom K is a great example of this. His outfits, while still being bold and striking clothes made by designers, still work in a way that even to someone who has no knowledge about fashion as a whole can look at this and say, wow, that looks really good. And to the same degree, a fashion connoisseur, yeah, like myself,
hell no, man. What the
can look at it and say, wow, that looks really good. And don't get me wrong, it's not just Wisdom. A lot of people can take designer clothes, style them, and make them look good. But not all people, and that's where this issue originates from. People who don't know how to make designer fashion look good think that they do actually look good just because they're wearing designer, which simply is not the case. And even the fits that do look, pretty good, it still costs 10 grand, bro. Like, I could go on Shein and get a Vietnamese child to make that shit for me for like $5. You're not special. And like, matter of fact, our shit probably came from the same East Asian sweatshop. Like, I don't know why you think you're better than me. And like, actually, let me go on a side tangent real quick, because this shit actually pisses me off. Like, if you actually get everything from thrifting and like handmade clothes or from like small grants, hats off to you. You're an amazing person and I love you. But if you buy shit from like Nike, Adidas, etc., and you have the audacity to talk about fast fashion is ruining everything, shut the fuck up. Sorry, got a little heated there, but like, deadass, you're talking to me in a full fucking Adidas tracksuit with an iPhone in your hand talking about Shein uses child labor. Bitch, the same Indonesian child made everything you're wearing and everything I'm wearing. Like, why do you need to act like you're somehow morally superior? But even with all of the things I mentioned, I struggle to say a complete statement like fashion is dead, which was actually the original title for this video, but I changed it because when I really thought about it, I think fashion is more alive than ever. And what I mean when I say this is that styles that were invented in like the 90s and 2000s and even earlier have spread so much and become such beacons of creativity and self-expression. Like, fashion isn't just what clothes you wear, and it's not just like part of like an aesthetic, but like it's who you are as a person. Like, think about it. When you go about your life, your fashion is always at the center of it. When people first meet you, what you wear is always going to be their first impression of you before you even speak and have the chance for them to get to know you as a person. And not just that, fashion also brings people who from most perspectives would just never even know each other or befriend each other together, all just because they like the same clothes and they like the same aesthetic and it reflects them well. Like, the difference between me being friends with some people and not being friends with some people off the first time meeting them has literally been their fashion and the way they dress. Basically, if you don't got that shit on, don't talk to me. That's really what I'm saying. But in all seriousness, there's also another element to it, because let me just clear my throat here. There is a difference between fashion and style. Hold me back, bro. Hold me back. But anyway, what I mean by this is that fashion is like an art form, right? Fashion is innovative, fashion is calculated, fashion is sophisticated. You have to get good at fashion. Style, on the other hand, is just pure, raw, unadulterated swag. And style isn't just clothes. Style is the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you act. Like, you can dress with style, sure. Like, that's the main part, but you can also walk with style, talk with style, and just do shit stylishly. Like, style isn't just an art form, it's just a way of life. And the thing with fashion, though, is like you really have to work to be good at fashion, like you would with any art form, be it drawing, music, filmmaking, whatever you have, just to train and get good at it. But style, on the other hand, just simply comes naturally to some people. Like, they just wake up in the morning styling, bro. It's crazy. But another key difference between fashion and style is that fashion is often for a one-time, like, beautiful art piece of an outfit, but style is just kind of what you wear on a day-to-day basis. Like, there's a bunch of insane Grammy or Met Gala looks that are like beautiful in that moment because of the fashion behind them, but you wouldn't catch someone dead looking like that on an average Saturday afternoon. Like, and style has a whole nother element to it, and that's what I like to call aesthetics. Hey, shout out Pinterest for real, but aesthetics aren't only about fashion and style. Aesthetics is a whole, aesthetic. Like, this can involve fashion, artwork, music, the whole shebang. And aesthetics are heavily rooted in subcultures, which are usually pushed by celebrities and people of influence in pop culture, like bands and musicians in general, fashion designers, and even artists to some degree. Aesthetics also come with a lot of things that aren't explicitly a part of the self-expression. Like, a lot of aesthetics are directly tied to political ideologies and mindsets. Like, take punk for example. Punk has always had its roots in anti-government and in general anti-authority mindsets, but also generally push for human rights, and that's why you don't see all that many conservative far-right punk icons. But even communities like this have their flaws. Like, for example, in the goth community, which, don't get me wrong, is an amazing, beautiful, and overall welcoming and accepting community full of amazing people, but there's still a degree of stigmatization around, for example, black people or just darker skinned individuals in general being goth, which I think is really sad. But anywho, I think we've gotten to the point of the video where I think I've drawn away from the original topic way too much, but with this, my point is that all aesthetics are beautiful, and most aesthetics find their root in fashion and style. And at the end of the day, if you truly embody an aesthetic, whether it be goth, emo, scene, punk, streetwear, hell, even things like old money or business core, for fuck's sake, just anything else under the sun, I don't think it should matter what you spent on your fit. And that's the whole reason I made this video. These fashion companies like Balenciaga capitalize on these communities centered around these aesthetics and make you believe that you should be buying their hyper overpriced garbage just to look like the aesthetic that you connect with. Like, they are literally trying to buy your personality from you, and I think that's the saddest part of fashion as a whole, and I think it spreads so much further than just the fashion industry too. Like, industries as a whole will make you think that you have to buy this certain brand or do this certain thing that's affiliated with this certain brand to truly be a part of the community that you've been a part of the entire time. And this ideology unfortunately spreads to the people and divides communities that should really just be united. Like, the brands say something and the people spread it to other people. Like, whether that be fashion brands convincing you that you need to buy their products or else you're not a real goth, or like a record label convincing you that you need to listen to their artists to be a real punk fan. And at the end of the day, it's all just a load of commercialized horseshit in my opinion, so buy whatever you want, wear whatever you want, and sure as fuck listen to whatever you want. So that's about all I have for you, so I'm gonna call it there. I hope y'all enjoyed, have a great day or night, and stay woke, bitch.
Hey, big 30 on me, please finna leave a nigga slump. If he talking shit on Twitter, at least I'm let up in his lungs. Yeah, if I just slide the beat, 20 minutes, then it's done. I ain't posting about it, we now niggas saying that I'm gone. Teed out my fucking brain.